What is this I? I is nothing but rate of interest in decimal form. That is, if you want to convert I is equal to R by 100, if you do, that will give you I value. R is equal to 1.0225 whole to the power of 4 minus 1. So R is nothing but nominal rate, small r is nothing but effective rate, Q is nothing but the number of times interest computed per year. Hello dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. My name is Vibha, Mathematics faculty at Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So, in the last session, we have learned how to find out by using the compound interest formula A is equals to P into 1 plus R to the power of N, isn't it? Of 5 marker. Now, in this session of the same chapter number 8, which is nothing but the simple interest and compound interest, session number 6. So, what are all the topics we are going to study under this session, dears? We are going to study problems on nominal rate and effective rate of interest, and then problems on again the compound interest by using this nominal rate and effective rate of interest. Now, ma'am, what do you mean by nominal rate? What do you mean by the effective rate? Let us learn now. Nominal rate here, nominal rate and effective rate of interest is nothing but the annual compound interest rate is called the nominal interest. Are you getting what is that? The annual. The annual means per year. You are going to have it as the annual compound interest rate is going to be known as the nominal rate of interest. Keep it in mind. But if the rate of interest is compounded more than once, in a year only, more than one it is using, that means quarterly, half a yearly, twice. Half a yearly means how many in a 1 year you have to put 2 times. Quarterly means you are going to put it like that. So here we are going to study that only. But if the rate of interest compounded more than once, twice or thrice, like that, see here, or 4 times, that means quarterly. 4 times means quarterly. Here twice means half yearly. Half yearly. Are you getting? So, or more during a year, then actual percentage rate of interest per year, what you are going to calculate is going to be known as the effective rate of interest. In a year, half a yearly means you are going to take it as 2, correct na? In a year, quarterly means you are going to take it as 4, like that, okay? Thrice, like that. So, effective rate of interest is always greater than nominal rate of interest. Because nominal rate of interest means you are going to have it as per annum. Effective rate of interest means per annum, how many times the year it is, you are going to have it as. So, obviously, nominal rate of interest will always be lesser than effective rate of interest. Or effective rate of interest is always greater than nominal rate of interest. Are you getting? Yes. I hope you understood what do you mean by nominal rate, what do you mean by the effective rate of interest. We'll move on to the formula session. What is that? The effective rate and of interest can be calculated by using this formula, that is R is equal to 1 plus I by Q to the power of Q minus 1. What is this I? I is nothing but rate of interest in decimal form. That is, if you want to convert I is equal to R by 100, if you do, that will give you I value. I hope you studied already this. And then R is equal to, R is nothing but here you are going to have it as effective rate of interest. Okay. And Q is equal to number of times interest is computed in a year. You are going to have it as. So here this R is nothing but here small r you are going to have it as. R is equal to 1 plus I by Q to the power of Q minus 1. Understood? Yes. We'll move on to the questions how to solve. Find effective rate of interest when a sum lent 12% is computed half yearly. Computed half yearly means what? You are going to take it as. Now let me write down the formula. You are going to have it as R, see dear students, you can write down like this, R is equals to 1 plus I divided by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1. Otherwise, you can have the formula, see, R is equals to 1 plus R divided by Q to the power of Q minus 1, because I is equal to R divided by 100, isn't it? So either you can use this one or you can use this one. So R is nothing but nominal rate, small r is nothing but effective rate, Q is nothing but the number of times interest computed per year. Okay, you are going to have it as. So therefore, they have given here, what is that? Find effective rate, R we need to find out. What is R? Effective rate. Sum lent to 12%, that is nominal rate, they have given it as R is equal to 12%. If I want to convert it into I, 12 divided by 100, which will be is equal to 0.12, you are going to have it as, isn't it? I can substitute in that formula. And then Q is equals to, they have given it as, see, is computed half yearly. Half yearly means how many times? 2 times, correct? Okay, now we can substitute in the formula, R is equals to 1 plus I is nothing but 12, that is 0.12 divided by Q is 2 times to the power of 2 minus 1, right? So therefore, by using our calculator, we can calculate this as, which is nothing but, see, R is equal to 0.12 by 2 is 0.06, 1 plus 0.06 to the power of 2. So R is equal to 1.06 whole squared. So R is equals to, so here R minus 1 you are going to have it as. So minus 1 I forgot, here minus 1, here minus 1 is there, don't forget that. So 1.06 whole squared, this is 1.1236 minus 1. So R is equal to 0.1236. If you multiply by 100, you are going to get R will be is equal to 12.36%. This is your answer for this question. That's it, dears. You can use either this or this formula to calculate what they have given or what they have asked. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Find the effective rate of interest. Again, R you need to find out. What is the R? At 6%, that means R they have given it as 6%. I you can convert it as 6 by 100, which will be is equal to 0.06. Computed in 3 months. They have asked, right? So once in 3 months. Once in 3 months means how many times you are going to get it as? So once in 3 months means per year how many you are going to have? 12. So 12 by 3 you are going to get it as Q is equals to 4 times. So therefore Q is equals to 12 divided by 3, which is nothing but 4 times. Right? So let me use the formula. R is equals to 1 plus I divided by, you are going to have it as Q whole to the power of Q minus 1 is equals to 1 plus I is 0.06 divided by Q is nothing but 4 to the power of 4 minus 1. So you are going to get the answer. This is 1 plus 0.015 to the power of 4 minus 1. So here 1 point, which will be is equals to R here, 1.015 to the power of 4 minus 1. So R is equal to 1.015 to the power of 4 minus 1. You are going to get it here. R is equals to 1.0613 minus 1, which is R is equal to 0.0613. So therefore R is equals to, here if you multiply by 100, 6.13. So 6.13%, you are going to get the answer for this question. That's it. We'll move on to the next question. What they have asked. 2 marker. Find the effective rate of interest when a sum lent to 9% is computed quarterly. Therefore, R is equal to, we know that 1 plus I divided by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1. So you are going to have here, R we don't know, but we know the capital letter R, which is nominal rate, I is equal to 9 by 100, which is 0.09, is computed quarterly, means Q is equal to 4. Let me substitute here. R is equals to 1 plus I is 0.09 divided by Q is 4 to the power of 4 minus 1. Same, you are going to have 0.09 by 4, which is 1 plus 0.0225 to the power of 4 minus 1. Therefore, R is equal to 1.0225 whole to the power of 4 minus 1 is equal to, which is 1.0930 minus 1. So, R is equals to 0.0930, which is, you are going to have R is equal to 9.3%. That is your answer for this question. Hope you understood this problem, how to solve. We'll move on to the next question. Again 2 marker. If the nominal rate is 13%, R is equals to, and frequency of a computing interest is once in 4 months, find the effective rate of interest. So therefore, once in 4 months means 12 divided by 4, it will be equal to 3. Q is equal to 3. R, they have given it as 13%. So I can calculate as 13 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.13, and Q is equals to, you are going to have it as 3. Isn't it? 12 divided by quarterly means 4 months is 3. So you are going to use the formula R is equal to 1 plus I by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1 is equal to 1 plus I is nothing but 0.13 divided by 3 whole to the power of 3 minus 1. 1 plus, let me calculate this, 0.04333 to the power of 3 minus 1 is equal to 1.04333 to the power of 3 minus 1. Therefore, R is equals to, let me calculate this, which is 1.13570 minus 1. So, R is equal to 0.13570. So, R is equals to, you are going to have, which is nothing but 13.57%. That is your answer. Okay. I hope you understood this problem. Okay, we'll move on to the next problem, which is nothing but free marker. A sum of a money lent at compound interest for 2 years at 20% per annum would fetch 482 more if the interest was payable half yearly. Then, if it was payable annually, find the sum. The same rate of interest, what? If it is, what they have given? They have given it as a sum of the money compounded for 2 years at what percentage? 20% per annum would fetch to what? 482 more you are going to have it as. If the rate was payable half a yearly, then if it was payable annually, that means half yearly means 2 times, find the sum they have asked. So let me find out what they have given here. A2 minus A1 fetch to what? 482 more. Okay, 482, and they have given it as, what is that? N is equals to 2 years, right? And then 20%, that is, I can be written as 20 divided by 100, which will be is equal to, I can be written as 20 divided by 100, which is 0.20. Now, you are going to have the formula A is equals to P into 1 plus I whole to the power of N, which is nothing but, here I am going to take it as, since they have given some more will be the difference. So, I am going to take it like A1 is equal to, so that is P into 1 plus I is nothing but 0.20 whole to the power of 2. You are going to get the answer for this one. A is equals to 1 point P into 1.20 whole squared, which is nothing but A1, correct? A1 is equals to, not A1 is equals to P into 1.20 whole squared is, that is 1.20 whole squared is P into 1.44, which can be written as A1 is equals to 1.44p. Okay, that you are going to keep it as it is. Now next we can calculate what the nominal rate of interest by using this one. What is that? So R they have given half a yearly, means you are going to have Q is equals to 2, given Q is equals to 2 half yearly, and then you are going to have it as R is nothing but 20%, so I is nothing but 0.20. Here only we have written. Now we are going to have it as R nominal rate is equal to 1 plus I divided by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1. So therefore R is equal to 1 plus I is nothing but 0.20 divided by Q is nothing but 2 whole to the power of 2 minus 1. So therefore by calculating this, R is equals to, so which is 1 plus 0.1 whole squared minus 1, which will be is equal to 1.1 whole squared minus 1, which will be is equal to 1.21 minus 1, which is R is equal to 0.21. If you want to convert into percentage into 100, if you do, you are going to get it as 2.1%. Now by using this rate of interest, we are going to calculate again A2, right? Now A2 is equals to, again same formula, P into 1 plus I whole to the power of N. So A2 is equals to P into 1 plus 0.21 whole to the power of, what they have given, sorry, 0.21 whole to the power of, what they have given, N, 2 years. So 2 years, so A2 is equals to P into 1.21 whole squared, A2 is equals to, which is 1.4641p. Now you know that, we know that A2 minus A1 gives you 482 as we have written. This is also given in the textbook as a hint. Now we are going to have it as A2 minus A1 is 1.14641p minus A1 is nothing but 1.44p. 1.44p is equal to 482. Now you can take p common factor. If you take p common, 1.4641. Now this will be is equal to 0.0241 is equals to 482. Now p can be written as 482 divided by 0.0241. The answer you are going to get it as P is equals to 20,000. Okay, that is your answer. Got the same they have asked you to calculate. Okay, I hope you understood this problem. We'll move on to the next problem. Now we are going to use R is equal to 0.21 here, and then in the formula A is equals to P into 1 plus R whole to the power of N. So that is A2 is equals to, we can calculate here. Now by using that formula, I will be calculated as 0.21 only. R is 22.1%. I is 0.21, correct? So therefore by using that, A2 will be is equal to P into 1 plus 0.21 whole squared, which is A2 is equal to P into 1.21 whole squared, which is A2 is equals to 1.4641p. So you know that given in the textbook also A2 minus A1 or 1 more you are going to have it as, which is fetched to 482. So therefore you are going to have 1.4641p minus 1.44p is equal to 482. Here, is that right? A1, yes, 1.44p. Now if you take common factor p into, you are going to get 1.4641 minus 1.44 is, which is 1.4641 minus 1.44 is 0.0241 is equal to 482. Now P is equals to 482 divided by 0.0241, which is nothing but 20,000. So you are going to have P is equal to rupees 20,000. Okay, that is your answer. Got? Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What they have asked? They have asked here, rupees 16,000 invested at 10% per annum, compounded semi-annually, semi means half, amounts to 18,522. Find the time period N of investment. Let me use this one. So they have given it as P is equals to 16,000 and what is that? R is equals to 10%, which is can be written as I is equal to 10 divided by 100, which is 0.10. So next semi means you are going to have it as Q is equals to 2 half yearly, and A is equals to, they have given it as 18,522. Correct? Find time period means N is equal to question mark. We need to use the two formula here. First, let me calculate by using a nominal rate, that is R is equals to 1 plus I divided by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1, which implies that 1 plus I is 0.10 divided by Q is nothing but 2 whole to the power of 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1 plus 0.05 whole squared minus 1, which is 1.05 whole squared minus 1, okay, which will be is equals to 1.1025 minus 1. R is equal to 0.1025. Otherwise, R is equal to 10.25%, right? Now, by using this R, this implies that which is equals to I. Now by using this one, we are going to calculate next is nothing but A is equals to, what is that? A is equals to P into 1 plus I whole to the power of N, or P into 1 plus R whole to the power of N. Both are same here. R divided by 100 you are going to have it as. So A is equals to P into, let me calculate here by substituting. A is 18,000. A is 18,522. 18,522 is equals to P is 16,000. 16,000 into 1 plus I is this one 0.1025. 0.1025 to the power of N, we don't know. Let me calculate this by 18,522 divided by 16,000 is equals to 1.1025 to the power of N. Let me divide this one. 1.15765 is equals to 1.1025 to the power of N. Now I want N means what I need to do? Take log on both the side, right? So taking log on both the side, you are going to get it as log 1.1576. 25 if you write also, you are not going to see it in the table. Let me write only 4 characteristics is equals to N log 1.1025 by using the formula log M power N is N log M. Let me see here the logarithmic table value. This equal to 0.0635 is equals to N into, this is equal to 0.0423. That means in the log 11th row, you are going to have 0 column, 2 is the in mean difference, you are going to check it. Here also same, 11th row, 5th column, 7th mean difference, you are going to check and add up. Okay, therefore N is equals to 0.0635 divided by 0.0423. The answer you are going to get for this one is, which is 1.501. So approximately N is equals to 1.5 years. That means 1.5 years. that is your n. Okay, I hope you understood this problem. We'll move on to the next problem. In what time 800 will amount to 882 at 10% per annum interest compounded half yearly? So we need to take it as what? 800, that is nothing but P is equals to 800. Time means they have asked n here. You need to calculate n is what, and then A is nothing but they have given it as 882, correct? And R they have given it as 10%. That means I, you can have it as 0.10 by dividing throughout by, what is that? 100 compounded half yearly. Half yearly means Q is equals to 2, correct? You can directly calculate. We do not want here Q. We can directly calculate by using the formula. What is that? A is equals to P into 1 plus R or I to the power of n, which is nothing but 882 into 800 here into 1 plus I is nothing but 0.10 to the power of n. We don't know. Now 882 divided by 800 is equals to 1.10 to the power of n. Now I have to divide this one, which is 1.1025 is equals to 1.10 to the power of n. I want n means taking log on both the side. Log 1.1025 is equal to n log 1.10. So therefore, let me find out this value by using the logarithmic table. This is 0.04237 is equal to n log 1.10 value is 0.04139. Therefore, n will be is equal to 0.4237 divided by 0.04139, which will be is equal to 1.02 years. Okay, you are going to have. This is your answer for this question. I hope you understood this problem. We'll move on to the next problem, which is 3 marker. Find the compound interest on 6,000 for 3 years at 5% per annum if interest is calculated half yearly. So here they have given only P 6,000 and N they have given it as 3 years and Q they have given it as 2. Half yearly means you are going to have 2 times in a year, correct? So you need to find out the compound interest. So let me first calculate what is a compound interest. Compound interest is given by A minus P, correct? We don't know A here. We need to calculate now A. Now before calculating A, let me now calculate the rate of interest, because A is equals to what? A is equals to P into 1 plus R whole to the power of n. Now R I want. Now R I want means I should calculate nominal rate of interest, isn't it? Therefore, R is equals to 1 plus I divided by Q whole to the power of Q minus 1, which is 1 plus I is nothing but they have given 5%, which is I is equal to 0.05, correct? Because here 5% I have written. R is equal to 5% means capital letter 5 divided by 100 is 0.05. Got? So therefore 0.05 divided by Q is 2 whole to the power of 2 minus 1. Let me calculate this. 1 plus 0.025 whole squared minus 1, which is R is equals to 1.025 whole squared minus 1 is equal to 1.050625 minus 1. So R is equals to 0.050625. So this is your answer. Now you need to calculate this one by using RA. So let me use it here itself. A is equals to P means 6,000 into 1 plus R means 0.050625 whole to the power of n is nothing but 3 years. So A will be is equal to 6,000 into 1.050625 whole cube. So which will be is equal to, which is 6000 into 1.1596. So the answer is A is equals to 6,958.16052. This is your A. Now what I want? I want now CI. A you know, P you know. I want to calculate CI. What is CI? CI is equal to A minus P. Sorry, correct? A minus P. Is that it? A is 6,958.16052 minus 6,000. So the answer you are going to get for CI is equal to 958.16052. This much compound interest will be there or calculated. Okay, that means for the given question. Understood? Okay, I hope you understood this question. Next one, find the compound interest on 8,000 for 8 years, 16% per annum if calculated quarterly. Quarterly means what? Q is equal to 4. You try to calculate this one. Okay, so you try to calculate this one. You are going to have what they have given. P is equal to 8,000. Hint I am going to give, and N is equal to 8 years, and then R is equal to 16 percentage, and I is equal to 0.16. Okay, and then quarterly means Q is equal to 4. You need to find out the compound interest. Same method which you have done for the last problem. Got? Okay, dear students, I hope you understood this session, how to solve the problems on the effective rate and the nominal rate of interest, and how to solve the problems of the compound interest by using the effective rate and nominal rate of interest of 2 marker and then 3 marker. In the next session, we'll be moving on to solving the problems of 5 marker. Thank you.